Hello and welcome. Today we're playing Terraformers, the Red Planet Awaits. We're moving into the DLC challenges in this part, so let's get up into the game. Much like before, we're probably going to go ahead and turn the difficulty up slightly. Previously we were working on Severe, we're going to move up to Insane. So we're going to be doing Settling Soul on Insane difficulty, which I believe is develop 16 celestial body levels. We'll move on to Grand Monuments afterwards. And then once we've done all the scenarios, we'll probably move on to doing all the scenarios on really hard difficulties, or at least harder difficulties than what we did them on before. So, we need to do one where we explore celestial bodies and settle them. So yeah, we could do balanced, we could do utopian, but you know, the celestial one here is just the option. It's just the correct option for the run we're doing. So we're gonna press that button. So where do we want to go to first? Jupiter. So atmosphere, radiation. That's going to help with keeping support high. We go that way. Raw support. That would help with keeping support high. The second tier of that is +1 comfort living while connected to space places. Or Ceres, which is titanium and water. Titanium in theory would probably help us get going. So it is tempted to go with that one. Yeah, let's go to the one that gives us resources. I have a suspicion we're going to basically go to all of them to get our 16 bodies. First set leader, we've got exploration, which is really good for exploring the planet, getting more silicates, getting resources of need, or bacteria. I think it's a little early for the bacteria here, so we're going to skip bacteria person. We're going to go on to exploration. Okay. Let's look at our starting city. Has only one rock. Doesn't have a lot of great adjacencies, which is not necessarily worlding. What we'll probably do is we'll probably do a big farming one here, and then a housing one, and then we'll fill what else we got in elsewhere in the city. In this case, we've started with enough food. Drop the habitation module as well. So grab extra people. We've got an expand. I'm thinking we, in theory, know where a tritium deposit is. Let's go towards the tritium deposit rather than the nitrate deposit. And we'll immediately set that tritium deposit up. Now we gotta claim the location, which we should be able to do. That's not a problem. And set the mine up. And we don't have any launch capacity, otherwise we'd start working on these. It's the first turn. Off to a flying start. We're gonna need power. So the generator here makes a lot of sense. Let's grab the generator. We also got a source of tritium, so this is on the up and up. Tritium does not want to be next to people, so we can go ahead and shove it, say, in that corner. We're going to do the trifecta there, but we're not going to have humans in that spot, so that'll be a fine place for it. And then we might as well start exploring. The science spot's interesting. We'll figure out what the science spot is earlier. Significant scientific importance. Okay, so it is the meteorite, but not the event meteorite, it's just the meteorite. So that could give us some science. We're less interested in that. Or if we hooked it up, we'd get one-off source of metal. Okay. Laboratory, habitation module, or lab. I'm leaning towards the habitat, or leaning towards the farm here, so we'll take the farm. I'm leaning towards the power one here. Okay. And we'll explore the nitrates. It's half the nitrates we need. There's our trade route. Tritium. University would be more tempting if we had already had some university buildings ready to go. We'll go and grab the robots here, I think. Or more expands in case we want to take advantage of some of the locations. We've got one trade route. We've got one power coming in. So let's start the extra Martian exploration. Go ahead and put down another tritium power source, we'll do that. Thinking I'm wanting the soil factory here. Got some extra food. Always nice when we get extras like that. Large into water, so there'll be some water there. Got a free exploration satellite. Deep core drilling, I'm usually going to want to pass on. Don't want the comfort of living malice. That would be interesting for a robot city, but we're not preparing for one of those yet. This is probably the one we go with first. Okay. If we get the science for that, that would be fine to do. Bus station's always nice. Yeah, we'll grab a bus station. Okay, so we got a couple twos. Let's do the water one first. And then we can do the satellite off of the water one. Found a crater. Yeah, that's probably what we want to do. Get the robo hub down. It gives us a couple of expansions. Oh, we need some titanium to make the expansions worthwhile. At least go there. We'll probably take that one and do like a starport or something there. Okay, third planet, or the second planet. Okay, second planet. So we can go tritium, oceans, nitrates, and +1 support per celestial body development level. I think that the second one on that one's going to be great. So we'll take the titanium one, or the titan one. The water we could place at least right away. So we'll go ahead and grab that one, place it right away. Okay, we've used some titanium, so let's explore the titanium location. Not quite enough. I need 4, not 3. But we can either satellite down there or explore down there next. They do give us enough nitrates, so we'll go ahead and put the arm down, food coming. Expectations rising, but that's fine. +1 comfort for every 4 food produced in the city would be tempting about how we're planning on building that city. So let's grab you. Maybe a little early to actually make use of it, but... Ooh, that was a pretty good grab. So we were to grab the nitrate deposits, we get the nitrates going. And we get the launch pad going to double trade route, so we can get these getting developed quicker. High capacity research center. Every 3 permanent project proposals increases, you do get an extra 1. 1 water per ocean. +1 support per every new trade route. Yeah, I'll probably go with that one. We'll go with the 2 perform here. Okay. So, how much do I need all my resources? I actually don't need the titanium so much right now. Explore up close. Okay, I found us another crater. I think we'll do the satellite down here. Because what we could do is potentially set this location up to get access to those 2 mines fairly cheaply. Or get silicates by setting up that one. Okay. do I want water or... What, it was water or science? Water or science, yeah. We'll go water early on here. So we'll do analysis, put down the observatory. And then set up water one after we get a little bit more titanium. Which means I technically should not put the water connection in until we have the titanium to make it worthwhile. Okay. It's going to be a while until we get 5 food, though it's plausible, so we might do that option. Android would be good. Probably not in the city we're currently working. Oh, the school's definitely more up my alley right now. I think that's science, and... Okay, it won't provide as much happiness in the restaurant district, but it's still pretty good. Okay. Get that titanium, which gives us enough to get the mine going. Okay, new leader set. Exploration guy's out. We either have space exploration, which is I think the one we're going to go with, or large-scale infrastructure. Space exploration because we can use it to very rapidly find new bodies to be developing. Yeah. And then we are going to enable this one. Ceres, titanium, or nitrates. We've already got some nitrates, we've got no titanium, so let's do the titanium route. And we're now actually somewhat encouraged to export titanium or export nitrates, but we're gonna work on getting the next one going. Do I have what I need for 3 titanium, 3 power? I don't have the titanium right now. Got the power. Okay, what I'm gonna do, this is the power hungry, but we're gonna go ahead and do it, get us some titanium and some food. We're gonna set this place up as a robot city. And we'll have it do all the mining. We may or may not use that natural site there, we'll see. But yeah, if we can get 2 expansions on here, we can get titanium there and titanium there. Which sounds like a plan. And then if we get a 3rd slot, we can slap the landing pad in it. For more launch capacity. Dante Lab, adjacent food buildings. I think we can pass on that. It's a lot of science that we don't really have right now. We don't have a lot of power producing buildings that we can do adjacency off of. Oh, well, actually, we have a decent amount. We have 2, but we'd have to move them around and such, which isn't super easy to do. Robot hub, because we're thinking about a robot city. What was the contents of this one? Yeah, it's the same as the other one, basically. The one with the mine is that one. Robotropolis, which doesn't start with any expansions, but if we get a little bit more titanium, we can put a robo-hub in there to give us 2 expands, grab a bunch of titanium, that sort of slaw. So I think that will be quite productive. Plus atmosphere, plus oxygen. Oxygen is going to be the easier of the 2 to get played early on. Lab's not bad. And then we'll do an explorer here. Get some titanium. It will then combined with robot hub. I suppose I can put the lab down as well. Okay. Now we've got expands, but we don't actually have the titanium to mine the titanium. We'll have to do another explore here. Probably on that one to get us some titanium to do the next titanium expand. Yeah. Next set of locations. Support for heat. We'll do that eventually if that's the only option, but we'll hold off on that for the moment. Oceans is not too bad. I think we're just raw support's going to be the way we're going. Okay. So do an explore, get the titanium. That means I now have the titanium to set that mine up. Which then means in 3 turns I'll have the titanium to set another landing pad up. I want us to move resources around a little bit better. I think I'm gonna dumpster all these. These aren't looking immediately particularly useful. Oh, I got a couple twos that we can do explorer-wise. Or I could just do an off-Mars expedition. Let's do an off-Mars expedition. Mercury for tritium. Io for silicates, or atmosphere. Let's go atmosphere. Got silicates there, larger budget silicates. Or I can move to try getting a different settlement site cleared. Let's actually see. No, actually, that's a twofer. Let's not do the twofer with the satellite. Yeah, let's do the silicates. And then we have support science from the school. Let's put that down. So the city is starting to get a bit full. We've got those two. We'll take those 2 slots. You can say take that slot. I'm going to want 1 house, and then we got 1 sort of unplanned spot for the city. And then the city's pretty done. Central Park. Hanging Gardens, or Safari Park. Ooh, all these have their own special problems associated with them. Central Park's probably the easiest to get put down, so let's grab that one. Second, spaceport, lab, or... Yeah, I got a robot network. I think I'll go with the robot network. Okay, so where do I want to get my expand? Atmosphere, nitrates, or support. Not desperate for support. Not really desperate for the water either, so it's definitely between the nitrates and the atmosphere. Water is something we definitely export, so we try to get a level by exporting water. Okay. Set you up, get the nitrates coming in. And then we're going to want to start building you, which is power out. Do we go for another choice instead of an explorer? I think the answer is yes. So we'll do another exploration. Venus, Europa, or Mercury? Let's go Mercury. And then we can cycle that turn. Radiation's going up, which is going to lower happiness from all the people on the planet. giant heater provides heat, costs a lot of power. We don't got surplus power. Ah, hab module. Yeah, definitely the hab module. We'll even go so far as to play you right away. We can get landing pad down, get us some more launch capacity. What do I want to import? Silica? Or I suppose in the moment I can just import power. Might change our mind on that in a bit when we do one of the settlements, but for the moment we can do power. And then you are 1 comfort for every 4 food. Oh, we don't quite have enough. I need 1 more food for that to be worth. We'll get that next turn. I suppose I could play the building this turn. And I suppose also let's get the third one of these. Venus, Europa, or Io. Let's grab the ones that are just the raw resources right away. Okay. Huge asteroid, we're just going to pass it because we don't have space. It's one of the drawbacks with pulling so many of the grabbing location spot cards is they take up a lot of space. I think we're just going to trash all these. Okay. Trash them for the science. This is only going to provide a +1 cover. But when we get the soil factory in the middle down, that'll be another 4, which will provide another +1 comfort. Don't have the silica yet to get the large meteorite. I'm gonna take a little gamble. Let's explore the science power one. Got 3 power for 4 power. Got a bonus 10 power. Ooh. What I was hoping was there'd be like a large power one next to it that we could do the satellite on. Another crater with a tritium deposit in it. Interesting. Robot Hub. Robot Hub's tempting. Yeah, we'll go Robot Hub. Because then we're just missing the titanium for that one. And the Robot Hub could be installed here to get us more minerals and such. Okay, we got a 3, 3, 3. Probably do the 2. Oh, we found a lava tube. That might be an interesting place for a colony if we can explore its neighbors. So it looks like a nitrates and the water next to it. Not bad. Do we have the silicates for that? No, we're 1 short. Habitat with heating module. Tempting. Sadly can't grab it this turn. Well, I could grab it if I dumped one of the existing ones. But no, I think we're going to go with the combined living center. Let's do that nitrates. Then we just have to explore that one, and then we could set that city up. Yeah. Time to change leaders again. Space exploration's out. We either have global warming or ocean taming. Linked nitrogen factory or power breathing center. Interesting. location gain +2 science. It's interesting, but I think we're going to go for global warming guy here. Mines being cheaper and import CO2 from Earth is a pretty good combo. Plus prospecting tours +1 resources on explore. Oh darn, one of our cities got hit with a damage source. Could grab a hydroponic farm. Or a regolith burner. Yeah, one of the two. What do we got? Oh, it's just you that got damaged. Honestly, I'm tempted to let it be damaged for a bit. Yeah, we're losing 6 support a turn for losing damage, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, where are we going to send you? Right now, it probably makes the most sense to import power. So there's maybe an argument not to send it to Mercury because of that. Titanium is something we could export. We're making 2 a turn. Get some port from that. Silicates. We don't have any production of silicates, but we've got a place where we're thinking about getting silicates. And food. Could definitely export food. Or silicates coming in. Okay. Yeah, let's do IO. Okay, I'm gonna get this lava cave set up so we can try to get those mines going. Or, yeah, I think we're gonna set that lava cave up so we can try to get that mine going. Wet nitrates? That's a city name. The Carnegie here being naming with the naming after the extractable resources nearby, yeah. And then to make this work, I need to bump a rock. So we got space for the rowboat hub. Oh, I can put the improved spaceflight in, which I should do. Camera red, this 2 expands. The nitrates we can't do yet, though that's a deep nitrates. Should probably be redized over the other one. Okay. Okay, let's explore a place where we can get some titanium. Tritium, if we could do titanium and tritium, that would be best. Because that would be working us towards spaceflight. The spaceport here. It looks like we're getting silica titanium. Research station. And then you're a 9. Even even with this 25% savings, so that doesn't mean we can do that next turn. We got 2 trade rates not being used. Should probably use this to ship power up to station. Oh, being told I can get my project. We use some water, but we're gonna get more water in a couple turns. We could get the hydroponic center going. Power is tempting. Though the adjacency on that is atmosphere, so it's just really 1 power. Do you want 2 food or 1 power? I could probably do pretty decently with 1 power. Could happily accept more power. So let's grab the power guy, even though we don't necessarily have the titanium for that right now. The road paver. More titanium, which isn't super great. But we'll go ahead and grab that. So I know that's going to be those 2 spots that's going to grab. We'll go ahead and grab them because there's no cost to grabbing them right now. On the other hand, I think we probably want to get the titanium mine going sooner. Ah, that's 6 power. Which does complicate things. It probably means I want to get the regolith burner going sooner. Okay. So we can pay 2 to get the titanium. And some food, apparently. We can set the regolith burner down. That provides us an extra power a turn. Oh, we got the nitrates, so we can really crank up New Tokyo, our starting city, by giving it 4 more food. Methogen, yeah, methogen. Venus or Europa? Grab Europa next. 12 turns until the next space exploration mission. Oxygen that we could build right away and get oxygen coming. Yeah, let's get the oxygen. We're not too worried about the oxygen, but at least we have all the resources for this. We can sort of plop it quickly. Thinking of going import CO2 because we want to save up some power. Because we're using our power pretty heavily, and I don't really have... There's definitely places we could use power, but it's like 3 for a yield. 4 science, 1 silicate. We can probably accept that, yeah. Get you fixed. So if I wanted more expands, that's probably actually the good titanium way. Yeah, but then we still need the 6 power. Oh, we can do a 2 for some power. Let's see what the yield on that is. 3 power. Okay, not super great. Oh, and then there's a large hint of power. That'll be interesting. Ab module or silicates for everything mines. Let's actually get the silicates for every 3 points. Okay, 3 for large. Found a geothermal spot. And then we can do another power explore with you. Get up to 11. Probably still want another one so we can pick up the spaceport. No, the mines. We should get the mine set up. Okay, so we'll drop in here. We'll drop living quarters. And set up the titanium mine. And then, once again, we're going to be waiting power or power. Here's the amount of projects you can research. Science is also increased by the same. For new technology research. Regional buildings. I think we'll do regional buildings so we can get the science up for that. And we probably can. That's not going to be too bad. Robot hub or bacteria spreader? We'll think we'll do the robot hub here. So if I was looking for support, we could grab that for 2 power. I suspect if we're exploring 4 power, it's going to cost 3 power to get like 3 power. So let's not do that. We'll save that for the satellite. So we'll just do the import CO2 here. Think tank condominium, food or science and population, extra Martian exploration mission, or food factory. I think we're going to the extra Martian exploration mission. and then grab the landing pad here. Explore, or build atmosphere, ocean, support. Or I could go for a level 2 on something. Silica, support. To be fair, that would actually be for support. That would cover the deficit we've got right now. Yeah, let's go for the one that covers the deficit. So I'll grab you. Oh, the first one has to raise it. This one has to raise it to outpost level. Okay, let me read the text on the things I'm grabbing. So it has to be one of those 4. Again, we're importing power right now, so we probably do want to hold off on the Mercury one. So support, atmosphere, or ocean. We'll go support. Fix support. Go there, we'll drop a landing pad. We'll use that to start exporting nitrates, get more power coming in. And then we'll still use the 2, continue developing space. We'll just get the 5 support. Comfort for power. That wouldn't actually be too bad. We'll grab that. We'll do the smart electrical grid. So that's got you down. Oh, smart. Regional buildings. Not combo with the mines costing less. That's not. So these are regional buildings. So that was still a good idea because we got cheaper pad. We're going to use that at some point. Let's get the mine going. And then over here we need 3, so we can do that soon. I was over a little bit more power. That'll do. Okay. Allow them scan or stay home. We'll take the science. No science. Delivery drones is not bad. Yeah. Okay. Thinking we're gonna put that like there. I can figure out what that spot is first. Giant heater we're gonna pass up on. Think tank condominium's tempting. Yeah, we'll do the think tank condominium. We'll pay a little bit of power. Figure out what that spot is. Silicates and a surface mine. Not a particularly interesting, or surface city. Not a particularly interesting flat plane surface city. So I think I'm actually gonna just claim that with the city. And there's a reason we're claiming it. So we're gonna go ahead and move you. Gonna leave this one trader short for a small bit. Okay, let's get this one now. And then what we're going to try to do as soon as we get the power is put the spaceport there. So we can connect both of those to space, connect the two mines to space, so we get some more exports that way. More exploration access. Yeah, more exploration access. It's that one. Ooh, another lava tube. That may end up as a settlement. Because that would give us the titanium, that would give us the geothermal spot for a bunch of power. Yeah. I think that's going to get prioritized. So yes, let's... We found a city here. It's not initially going to be a particularly great city. Let's call this point. Call this post. Okay. Yeah, because we need 3 more money to make it worthwhile. Or not 3 more electrical power to make it worthwhile. I'm gonna pop a rock. That way we've got space to put the robot hub down. Then we're gonna expand the geothermal for more power. Yeah, we're gonna hold off on the magnetofusion plant. Or do I? We can always get more tritium in. Yeah, let's put this down sooner rather than later so we can get some power coming in. And this is lowering the coverage, so it doesn't really matter where this one is. In this case, it's only going to lower it by 1 support, because, yeah, the local citizens don't like it, but... Anyway, so that's going to help with the power. Geothermal is going to help with the power. Get enough power, we get the spaceport set up and get a lot of trade going. Sounds like a plan. Open available leaders. Global warming guys out. We either get animals in or oratory in. I think it's probably going to be oratory. +1 support for every 5 new city buildings. Spend water, gain a bunch of support. Gain 10 support per population. Can only be once per city. Or it's the life person. Which, yeah, we're just going to totally pass the life person. It's definitely the oratory person here. Universal factory, ecology, or space elevator. Ooh, space elevator. Launch capacity. Yep. Oh, we're going to enable you. So you're going to go Jupiter, Europa, Mercury, and I think you're going to go Jupiter. And then for our 2 trade routes, we are going to start getting the satellite going. And in Colossus Point, or Colossus Post, robot hub down, grab the geothermal for more power. And then let's do a rally speech. New Tokyo, I think, has the most people. Yeah, let's play it there, get 30 support. Deal with the criminals or accept their bribe. 20 tritium, 20 food for global 2 reduction in comfort of living. Martian Mafia. The crime rate across Mars has increased dramatically and people feel unsafe. The majority of the criminal activity is committed by criminal organizations with considerable power. They're willing to negotiate with the government, but accepting their envoy will lead or lend them an air of legitimacy and strengthen their grip on society. Deal with the criminals. 8 turns, the Martian Mafia will steal all the water nitrates we have stored at the moment. After this attempt, they'll try and steal 2 random resources 4 more times. Instructing the Secret Service will foil this upcoming attempt, but only 1 time. Future attempts will not be foiled by this Secret Service. I assume you can get more Secret Services to delay. Yeah, and if you do it enough times, then it will get completely stopped. Though that is 8 power and 8 silicon. Or I can take a global comfort reduction. Or tritium and food. We don't really need the food. The tritium's tempting. Especially when I don't really want to be spending power and silicons. I'm going to give in to the dark side. We're going to accept the bribe. +1 support for every mine owned. That's tempting. Yeah. Okay, so we're just short power. Your 10 per just skipping is 15, so it is going to make sense. We've got 2 or more people a city to do rally speech. Which is what we're going to do this turn, I think, because we're going to want to do the spaceport next turn with the power saving. Oh, we only did 1 person there? I thought we had... Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we only have 1 person there. Never mind. That was the wrong choice. Actually, can I do that? Yeah. Rally speech there. Get us 20, please. Alpine Forest Arctic Care will take the Alpine Forest. More likely to play that one, get some use from it. Engineering School might be something we do. Not gonna take the GMO lab. More power. Yeah, more power. Spaceport. So we now have a free tritium and nitrates export. Might as well take as power. And we have 3 more trade routes otherwise, so we could go ahead and start cranking out the extra Martian shipment. And then we still have extra power, so we can get that mine set up. Could even go and grab the next water supply. From the engineering school. Okay, we got more titanium over there. Not actually that desperate for titanium at the moment. No, how much? That one's a 6 to set up. Decent amount of power coming in. Would have to clear some more stuff here to get more stuff in here. Okay, let's cycle the turn at least. Evaluate our choices in a moment. Got the atmosphere up 1, so that's a bunch of support. Bunch of radiation protection. Bus station, yeah. Yeah, let's think we're going to put more space in here. So we're going to want to clear that rock and that rock. This one's probably going to be the one that's the best mix of population and robot. So we probably want to guided road network this one. And probably the bus station as well. So we'll grab you, exploration-wise. Sure, we'll grab the courthouse. And then we'll courthouse for support. Road paver. Actually, no, not road paver. Let's not do that. AI guided robot network. And the next turn when we have the tritium, we'll do the bus station. Okay. And then we're, at this point, forced to do Venus because Venus is all that's left. CO2 factory. Development one. Yeah, so we've got all the places we can go ahead and put levels in. We need to get up to a total of 16 levels. We have 5. We're working on the 6. There's a total 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 different places to go up to 3 levels. So we got to get 2/3 of the levels done by the looks of it. And I suppose that means we're just under a third of the way done. So for about half the time, that's not too bad, actually. Oh, we're exporting tritium. I'm like, why don't I have the tritium for what I want? Because you exported it. Of course. Okay, we'll do a research expedition. Look at some tritium. And we're gonna dump some of these for the science. There's a bunch of tritium up there. Interesting. Okay. Oh, no, I don't have the power. Because of course I don't have the power. Okay. Get this down, get some more choices on the next turn. Okay. Oh, and I'm being told I can still research a project. Oh, because there's got another choice. We're going to skip on that and grab another science. Help them export it, so I lose a trade route, or we don't have the capacity. And the answer, I think, is we don't have the capacity. I really don't need the heat in the atmosphere for our meta goal. Whereas I do need the launch capacity for the meta goal. Marcia, food factory, or regular burner? There you go, regular burner. I'm going to dump the rest. Black sand dunes. Okay, we could potentially have any reasonable expand at some point. And then we'll drop into our city. Drop the bus station, which gives us one a bunch of expansion capacity. And removes the penalty for basically saying, let's grab that water, for example. Oh, I might want that titanium in a bit. Okay. And then, do we want that canyon view? Could just grab the canyon view, I suppose. Okay. Okay, well, let's clear that hex. Gives us another science. Okay. Do I want that expand? I think not. so no penalty to go there. We want to put the bacteria spreader in. Yeah, let's put the bacteria spreader in. We get a bacteria spread. Actually, you're the one that's going to have the more limited range. Can we get you somewhere? Yes. I'll put you where you are. And then I suppose we can go, what megastructures do I have, and do they help me? Space elevator's titanium. So getting more titanium so we get the space elevator set up is not a bad idea. And then we got the most of the science, so getting the next upgrade to that would not be bad. Tritium's going to be a little bit harder. And that's maybe showing the problem with using this city, is this city doesn't have the population to support that. Wouldn't have the position to support that. Though this one's just science, this one's pretty easy to get up. And this one needs the most people, okay. The one I'm most interested in getting going is this one. And trying to figure out how to cram another person or robot in here is an interesting challenge that I would be up to try to get access to this one. So we do probably want to put this one here. Even though the last one here is not actually the last one. It's the interesting would be +5 trade rates. We wouldn't get one off of that one, but that would be usable. Okay. Oh, we got an empty spot here. So that could be like a miners, or it could be something that produces power. Because if we got one more power, that'd make it really useful. Or a robot and power thing would do. Yeah. Okay, we'll be on the lookout for various different cards. Oh, we got 2 unused trade routes. Because we've shipped up all the power to you. So let's accelerate you. 1 turn. Rising expectations, which is fine. We don't have any flooding yet, though the dock wouldn't be a completely bad idea. In future-proofing. Oh, let's go the dock in future-proofing. I'm really not interested in the others. We'll dump the rest of them. Europa, Venus, or Mercury. Am I going to stop importing power? Yeah, well, let's do Europa. Or no, let's do Mercury. We'll finally do Mercury, and let's stop the power imports then. So we don't want to import power. Import science, or we can import tritium with no real drawbacks. I don't need tritium. Don't really need science either. Or silica. No, we're exporting silica. We want to export silica. Yeah, so it's the 2 that we can import without any drawback is the tritium and the science. And I do have to import something to be able to export stuff, is the other struggle here. Okay. So let's stop exporting you, so we can take you as the import. The water one's the farthest along, so we could maximize water exports here for the moment. So let's do that. That's not the water. Maximize the water imports, maximize tritium imports. Because if we can clear the water one, then we have a different import that we can import. Regolith burner, not a good place in this city. I think there's one in Collins. Anyway, this would be a bit power heavy, but I think it'll pay off in atmosphere dividends. Provides 3 atmosphere. There we go. still only have one. Yeah, we only have one person there. Bunch of robots, but one person. So until we get more people, I think we just pass. Oh, I do have water. So I can do this button. Get a bunch of sport. We'll take the extra projects. Yeah, we'll take the extra projects. And then we'll double that for science. Complete you. Have exploration. Pop in here. The miner one actually wouldn't be particularly great here right now. We get a better... We don't have a good spot for it at the moment, is the problem. Yeah, that one's a good spot for it. But that one's got the mines, right? +1 support, so that provide 3 in there. Or 2 in there, 2 in there. Oh no, 3 because the water mine counts, so 3 in there. We can actually pretty quickly get this one up to 3 as well, so we'll drop it in here. And then I don't have the power to do that. I do have it, but I don't have the titanium. So we know that's going to be that expand, right? The question is, do we expand to that titanium? I think the answer is yes. What about the science? So plop you down, get more choices. Even though we are just going to dump the choice for the turn. At this point, I arguably have more choices than I have options, I think. Oops, I left some trade routes inactive. Shouldn't have done. Not a big problem, just a minor problem. Observatory we don't need. Toss up between the greenhouse and the eco-homes. We'll take the eco-homes. The rest is just garbage for what we're doing. We've got 2 trade routes. Let's push the water faster. So at this rate, we'll be done with the exporting of water in 2 turns. Again, we'll still continue to take tritium. River Museum or dismantle it? We'll go for the dismantling of it. Ooh. That says I probably want to go on a lava tube rather than... Oh, that was sending stones. I thought this was misidentifying this as a place we could set up. This instead of kind of Turk's place. So no, we definitely want to do that lava tubes. Which means I need to clear the spot next to the lava tubes. Tritium spot. Then we'll expand, grab the black sand, grab the aquifer, grab the tritium. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, sounds like a plan. It's 5 power, which is a lot of power, but we'll take it for the moment. It'll be fine. Then we get another research. We don't need the solar expeditions faster. Don't got the water for it. We'll just turn this into science. Okay, you're a city. Then we'll clear that rock off the engineering school. We might do... Yeah, let's do the eco-homes right away. That allows us to grab you, harvest the black sand. You do have the power. Yeah, I do have the power to get the titanium mine up, so we'll get the titanium mine up. Station. Hospital. We'll grab the hospital. dump the rest. And then we'll get that done next turn, and then we'll slow down the water exports and export something else. It's gotta be next to... because the coastal building has to be next to water, okay. And then we got the CO2 glacier there, which we can immediately spread the black sand on for the +10 atmosphere, +10 heat. Spread the sand. Gain +1 warmth everywhere. Yay! So you provide 1 silicate. From there you provide 1. That's not a mine. So that's not a good spot for it. That's a 2. That's a 3. So it's 1 there or 1 here. Not space here. 3. Okay, we're going to take a slight power down to move you for the moment. And we'll put this exhaust down at next turn. Okay. Select a new leader. So oratory's out, and we have to get space religion in or nationalism in. Found a new city, gain +6 support. It's the first city in its climate zone. Independent speech. Independence increases the global comfort by 1, but generates 1 negative support per act of trade with Earth. Okay, that's not good. Eureka! Research all projects suggested this turn. No. To be fair, 5 extra projects being proposed is real interesting. But we get that on both of them. Rally speech, +1 support per 10 population. We've already sort of had access to that. Astral Temple. +5 support with an extra 4 if it's on high. +1 support per every 10 new resources you transport to progress a space project. Yeah, probably Space Origins here. Yeah. And there we go. There's our small colony on Titan level. +1 support per celestial body development everywhere. Grab the landing pad. Comes the rest. And now we really want to slow down the water roll. We're working on a fairly decent nitrate roll with series here. We got the nitrate, so we can definitely just ship. It's going to take 5 turns, but I think that's a 5 turns that may be well worth spending. Oh, and we can put down a launch pad and ship another one. That kicks it down 1 more turn, so instead of 5, it'll be 4. Yeah. I think we'll save up and get the elevator going. So the space elevator, not sure exactly where we're going to put it. I think it's going to be the home city, to be fair. It's going to be our original city. Space elevator, if we can get up high enough, we'll provide 10 trade routes, +2, say +1. Yeah. And adjacent mines provide extra resource transport. Okay. Before we get playing anymore, I'm looking at the time. It's probably a place where I should go ahead and put a part break in. So if you are watching on YouTube, there will be a part up tomorrow. We'll see if we end up recording 3 or 4 parts today. I'm going to try to do both of the DLC scenarios today. So depending on how quickly they go, if they take about as long as this one looks like it's going to take, it'll be a 4-parter. Otherwise, it will be a 3-parter. So for the stream today. If you're watching on Twitch, obviously that means we've got at least 2 more parts in your future, so feel free to hang around. I'm going to take a short break to sip a little bit of tea right before I get back to playing. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.